looking for Trinity Brown. Is Trinity Brown here? I didn't see her. Okay. And that's all right then. So I'm going to welcome up next Charlene Carr, author of We Rip the World Apart, her newest book, which she will be reading from. Welcome, Charlene.
Hello. So I'm going to be reading from, as Leah said, We Rip the World Apart. This is a multi-timeline, multi-generational novel following a family through their journey from Jamaica during the urban warfare that was going on in the 1980s to Toronto during the war on drugs, which in many ways was a war on Caribbean men, and then to Halifax after the murder of George Floyd. So the excerpt that I'm reading is May 25th, 2022, from the perspective of Karila, and at this point all we really know about her is that she's going to this rally, and it's the first one she's ever been to, a Black Lives Matter rally, and that something terrible happened to her brother years earlier.
Hi there, this is Brianna Wright.
Breathless, the liberated curls I'm still learning how to take care of frizzing in the heat, I arrive at Spring Garden Road, just between the entrance to the public gardens and Victoria Park. My heart pounds from the exertion, but also from the fact that I'm here at last, doing what my father wanted to do in his final days. I'm 15 minutes late, 2 years and 15 minutes, having missed the time for racial solitude, to sit and memorialize not just the loss of a life that's brought us here today, but all the losses before and after. And the crowd is growing by the minute. Hundreds, maybe thousands, a sea of black and brown faces. Other faces too, every color, every ethnicity, but it's the black and brown that strike me, more than I've ever seen congregated in the city, more than I knew existed. The streets are blocked off with only police cruisers anywhere in sight on the road ahead. I maneuver my way toward the front of the massive crowd, knowing that's where Jasmine will be. But with her nowhere in sight, I pull out my phone. Before I have a chance to dial, a hand lands on my shoulder. I'm spun and embraced. I step back at the sight of her in a t-shirt displaying a fist similar to the ones in her text. You better? Jasmine looks at me, head cocked to the side, hands on my shoulders. When I nod, fighting to conceal the fear and uncertainty welling within me, she nods back, then grabs my hand, drawing us through the crush of bodies. Before we reach the front, the march begins. Hands still clamped together, our arms raised in the air, our voices too, in unison, not just with each other, but with all the voices around us, chanting words that are more than chants, more than a plea, a battle cry erupting through our throats, not just our voices, but the voices of our parents, our grandparents, our grandparents' grandparents' grandparents. No justice, no peace, Black Lives Matter. No justice, no peace, Black Lives Matter. As we pass one block, then another and turn onto Barrington Street, the thrum in my chest sinking with the rhythm of our voices is like nothing I've ever felt. The whole experience like nothing I imagined. The tears, the joy, connection. I thought I'd feel guilt, shame that this is my first time. I thought I'd feel like an imposter. Instead, I feel known. We turn into Grand Parade, where a stage that the type usually used for concerts is set up. I'm uncertain if everyone will fit, but almost as if it's been scripted, it's the black and brown bodies that enter the space, the others waiting, allowing us room. As I move forward, Jasmine still beside me, all that fear that kept me away until now, the things I'd seen on television, rubber bullets, tear gas, barricades, and the things I knew of more intimately seem a world away. There is none of it. Instead, peace, camaraderie, mostly. As we find a spot in the crowd, my gaze falls upon the officers lining the sides, there to ensure the protest remains peaceful, and the eyes of at least 3 of them hold what I dreaded, the desire to step out of line. These officers, one young, one old, one middle-aged, gaze at us as if they itch to pull out their clubs against our heads, see the flow, yet they stay still. I tear my gaze away, telling myself I'm seeing things, that my mind's recreating the look I imagined on the faces of 3 other officers. With the thrust of the crowd, I move forward until they're out of sight, and the people around me still chanting, singing, gyrating, almost out of mind. A man steps onto the stage, others behind him. He comes to the center, and a hush settles. The others, 5 on each side, flank out in a motion that feels choreographed, imitating the motion of birds in flight. The man takes a knee, and 2 by 2, so do the others, so do we. A screen I've only just noticed blinks to life. A countdown, 8 minutes and 46 seconds. Sobs, choking breaths, stifled gasps fill the air, mixing with the distant whir of cars in the unblocked streets. My chest shakes, my eyes burn as the minutes, then seconds count down. Then we stand, all of us, refusing to be held down any longer, feeling empowered, feeling as if we've taken something back. And yet, my throat is closing, pushing away that joy, that connection that had just existed just minutes ago. I came, I marched, but nothing tangible has changed. The man on the stage speaks, though I only catch snippets, the way the city painted Black Lives Matter on the street without involving the Black community. How these decisions need to be in our hands. How words are great, but action, systemic change is what's needed. I try to focus, but the thought that nothing tangible has changed pulsates, drowning out his words. And then the question, will it ever? Anthony marched. Anthony spoke on a podium, but still we're here because of yet another, because of so many. There are more words, more speakers, but all I hear is my mind's refrain. Will it ever? Will it ever? As the rally comes to a close, the joyous energy around me clashes with the sudden defeat and anger that crushes through me. I'm bumped and jostled as all these bodies attempt to clear the space, and I lose sight of Jasmine, who I suddenly want desperately. Another one of my coworkers grabs my hand. Why weren't you up there? She's grinning, her expression euphoric. Like this is fun. Like we've accomplished something. You should have been up there. Not noticing the way my body goes rigid, she raises a fist before being swept away in the dispersing crowd. Challenge the state, challenge the system. I stare blankly, my heart pounds. Anthony stood tall before a crowd. Karila! I swallow, a blast of fear coursing through me as I picture those eyes, feel the hate, know that despite our protest, this rally, truly, nothing has changed. Because we can't refuse, not when it counts. That, after all, is the reason we gathered. When they decide to hold us down, they hold us down. When they decide to shoot, the bullets fly.
Thank you so much, Charlene. That was beautiful. Thank you for sharing your new book. That was the book that my book club actually just finished, which I think I mentioned. So thank you for sharing that. In a moment, we are going to be graced with a performance called Soul Ties, featuring Nicole Johnson and Tara L. Taylor. But first, we are going to draw for the first basket. We have some new individuals come in. So you have about 2 minutes to get your tickets. They're $5 each or 3 for $10. And basket number 1. All right, let's see what's in that one. This is basket number 1. It features toys courtesy of Pleasures and Treasures Cole Harbour. And has the book Skin of the Sea, a fantasy novel. It has a North Brewing and Battery Park gift pack, valued at $140 with $50 to each of the restaurants. It has a very nice hand-stitched apron and a dog grooming voucher donated by Ties for Teak. And 2 yoga class passes donated by Keystone Health and Wellness. Thank you, Peter. Scotia Kelp donation of Kelp Care Petness for an animal's coat. a perpetual calendar. I don't know if I'm saying that word right, so forgive me. But it's a calendar that you record anniversaries and birthdays in so you don't forget them. And a keychain donated by Hall Crafty of Halifax, Nova Scotia. This basket is valued at $539.98. And we are going to draw for it in just a moment. I see some people ran right up, so just take a quick moment. If you want to buy, go ahead, and we'll resume in just a moment. Yeah, I'm just going to wait until we draw, and then we'll do the skip performance. Sounds perfect. Maybe we can play some music while we're waiting for some tickets to be bought here. That would be great. A good time to run to the washroom.